I'm going to jail. I'm going to prison. Perma prison.
Why are you talking shit? Why are you talking shit? Can you hear me?
Oh, can you hear me finally?
Yeah, I can hear
Wait, turn your camera back on.
you. Why?
There it is. Oh, you needed fucking headphones? That's why you couldn't hear me? Oh my God, bro. This is why you don't want TikTok banned, because you have no fucking clue.
That's not why.
You have no clue as the, you don't want TikTok banned because, okay, sound off. Why do you not want TikTok banned? Be honest. Yeah, you can't see me. Sorry. Here. I'll give it to you. Hold on.
No, it's fine. I'm going.
Here you go.
Oh, wow. Oh, hey, how you doing? I thought I was banned.
Yeah, well, your only mode of making money is like being taken away from you if you fucking you couldn't have picked a better
I'm gonna be homeless.
You couldn't have picked a better time to quit your cushy.
Who is my cushy job.
Yeah.
Who's the David Dobrik guy who like used to be in the David Dobrik circles and now he goes on TikTok live and like begs for money? I could be like your version of that guy.
I don't know. Is it like it might be Jason Nash, who's the older one?
Yeah,
is he the older
Jason
one?
Nash.
Yeah, it's Jason Nash, yeah.
Yeah, I could be your Jason Nash. I could just come to your house and ask you to give me money.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's a personal attack on me specifically because they saw my fire videos that I've been producing lately, and they were like, "We can't have him monetizing. He'll be too powerful."
They saw the Lisan Al Gaib one that you did with the sandworm.
Yes, and they got upset because it was so good.
Many people are saying you're Elon Musk's favorite TikToker. What do you have to say for that?
Yeah, I mean it's true, but what can I say? You know, a broken clock. A broken clock is right twice a day. A broken clock is right twice a day. Look, I mean, he could probably enjoy the Mona Lisa or something. You know what I mean? Or just like a beautiful piece of art.
More like mid Elisa. The better version of that is the AI version that I created with big ass tits. That's right. Wokeness is dead. Wokeness is dead. Mona Lisa has big tits now. Mona Lisa Ann.
Do they have one of those?
Yeah, I made it.
You made it in Mid-Journey?
Yeah, I made it in Mid-Journey, and she has fat titties.
Why are you doing this? Are you okay?
I'm having a good time. I'm having a good old time talking to.
Why do you do this?
A liar whenever I come on, who said he wanted to come to Australia with me, only to fucking
no. I need to talk about this.
Lead me astray.
No, I need to talk about this right now because I have the receipts. Augustus Gloop. You're in my phone as Augustus Gloop.
Yeah, I don't even know what that meant, by the way. And then you were like, "You're a fat kid who likes chocolate." Okay, you're fat shaming me.
I'm not fat shaming you.
He's fat shaming me. Get his ass chat.
No, I want to be really clear. First of all, you initially said that I was banned on the trip. That was what you first said. And then you texted me. When did you text me? You texted me like a week ago.
Wow.
You know, normal people can't just go to Australia with 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, well, right? I thought you were a TikToker.
You're out of touch. You're out of touch.
I thought you were a TikToker without a real big boy job now, no more.
Okay, so Hasan, let me tell you something about real jobs. I know it's been a while since you worked one. I'm sorry, that was too mean.
Wait, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
I'm fucking.
I zoned out. TikTok has broken my attention. I have attention deficit.
You have to give notice before you leave a job. I gave them notice. I can't leave the last week of my job to go to Australia with you.
It's fucked up. Bro. It's cool. Okay, all jokes aside, who is this fucking clown Lamau? Okay, revoke. This is a public defender and friend of mine. His name is Alex. He's known as Lolo Overruled on TikTok. You are the reason why we can't fucking make jokes. Holy shit. People take it seriously and they start getting mad. Don't get sensitive and think that this is serious, Alex, okay? It's not serious. We're just fucking around.
Who's getting sensitive? Not me.
Oh yeah, never you.
I'm not sensitive. I was just explaining my position, that's all.
Okay. So all right, let's talk about it. TikTok, Chinese psyop. Okay, if you are on TikTok and successful, relatively successful, you are a Chinese communist spy.
Absolutely.
What do you have to say to that? You said you were very mad.
I am. Well, I mean, I think the main reason that I'm upset, besides the fact that this is a direct attack on me personally, and that's why Congress is doing this because they have a grudge against me personally, um, is because they're not passing any kind of comprehensive data privacy legislation. Like they act like they care about data privacy, where your data is going, all this other stuff, but like they don't give a shit about that at all. They haven't made any movement to pass any kind of comprehensive protections for users. And the one thing, or maybe not, I don't know, one thing that Europe is more conscious of than we are is their data privacy. They have more, far-reaching laws. Google is getting sued all the time over there, or getting billions of dollars in fines because they're not, correctly participating in the strict privacy regimes they have over there. And you can actually get stuff taken down. I mean, like if people are, sharing I mean, the example that I'm thinking of is revenge porn, stuff like that. You can actually get stuff taken down in Europe. You can't really get anything taken down in the United States from search.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think Lil Bear in my community said it best when she said if there was a genuine concern, they would have followed suit on like EU regulation. EU currently has no restrictions on like, or EU is not pushing like a divestment from ByteDance for TikTok at all.
No.
There are real concerns with TikTok, but those concerns exist for every single social media platform, as I talked about earlier. Whether it be the algorithms and how they are like making people dumber in some ways, I agree, or pushing them into throes of radicalization. We saw a version of this with like the Andrew Tate phenomenon, obviously on TikTok, as well as all of the other social media platforms. The problem is that we do not have a standard of like making sure that social media platforms actually abide by the same terms of service agreements that they put forward. And any kind of restriction in that front would be a serious violation of the First Amendment rights as well, I think, or like free harbor, which is something that I do agree with ultimately. But that is not this bill. What this bill does not do is this bill doesn't do any of that. This bill also does not protect data privacy, like you mentioned. It's simply being sold as protecting Americans from foreign adversary-controlled applications in a way to try and pry away here, I'm going to share my screen with you. In a way to try and pry away a very successful social media application and gift wrap it and hand it to like a loyal American capitalist instead.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I think there's also concerns about, content moderation generally, because the alternatives that people have for getting news and information out, like, Instagram or using Reels, which has a similar structure to the way TikTok works, has the problem that they have consistently been silencing and censoring a lot of people talking about Gaza. And in fact, I think one of the largest pages on Instagram was banned recently.
Eyes on Palestine was banned.
Yeah,
Human Rights Watch, literally, what you're talking about is like Human Rights Watch actually did a report on Meta, Facebook, specifically banning pro-Palestinian voices and pro-Palestinian accounts or any kind of like mention of Palestine in general. And they're and they're doing this openly. And earlier I talked about the ADL statement in the leaked audio as well from Jonathan Greenblatt saying like, please. Sorry.
She's beautiful.
Good girl. She just got groomed yesterday. Groomed on TikTok. She got groomed yesterday or 2 days ago. Okay, so yeah, it's I think that there is an element of controlling the narrative and controlling the information. Here's lead sponsor of the TikTok bill, Representative Mike Gallagher, admitting the real reason that they're rushing to ban TikTok because it's becoming the dominant news platform for Americans under 30, and the U.S. government doesn't control it. I wanted to hear your perspective on this though, really quickly, because I think Nancy Pelosi, you know, love her, hate her, does present a pretty good argument here. I wanted to hear what you had to say about this.
This is not an attempt to ban TikTok. It's an attempt to make TikTok better. Tic-tac-toe. A winner. A winner.
This Fire. Is not... Fire. Is that the main argument? That's bars, actually.
I hear, yes, you're speechless because she just owned you in the marketplace. This is like...
She's awesome. Didn't she just make
prosecutor? If this is the prosecutor and you're in court, your client is going to fucking perma prison.
Yeah, he's going to federal space prison.
Yeah.
She also, I would be interested to see what her most recent stock trades are in reference to any of this stuff. Wasn't there some guy who just dumped out a Boeing like the day before the investigation started? All these people are corrupt. Sickos. But I will say that
her meta stocks are going nutty mode.
Yeah, she's a queen, and those are bars. And actually, I take back everything I said. Now I think she's right. Tic-tac-toe. It's over for me. I'm gonna be out of it. I'm out of a job. I'm out of a second job.
Yeah. So. Okay, so you're angry. I wanted to hear more of your commentary on the situation. We're gonna be serious for a moment.
Okay.
About everything that's going on, because I feel like I've covered this up and down all the way through, but I'm wondering if there's an angle that you as a TikToker, first and foremost, could bring to the table that I haven't talked about.
I mean, I think something that's interesting that hasn't been talked about too much is the fact that there are millions of people who run their small businesses, legitimate small businesses, not like drop shipping, but like legitimate small businesses through TikTok, or have been able to have success running small businesses because of TikTok. Millions of Americans who will be absolutely screwed over by this. I am not one of those people. Obviously, I would be sad to lose some income. Not that I'm getting a lot. I'm not getting that much money from TikTok, but I think that's an aspect of this. And what really scares me is that the language in this bill that they passed yesterday is very reminiscent of the Restrict Act's language, which I made a mistake earlier on Twitter. I apologize, because I thought that they had passed the Restrict Act. That was incorrect. The Restrict Act is still floating, though, and some of the language is carried over from the Restrict Act. And what I'll note is that, you know, foreign adversary as a term is a malleable term. It's not a fixed term. They can add countries to foreign adversary. And this is just a foot in the door, in my opinion, to opening up the possibilities of censorship. And people are talking about VPNs. They're like, oh, I can use a VPN. It's no big deal. I think based on my reading of this, VPNs face civil penalties if they, provide access. Like, I could see a situation where major VPN providers, if this bill is passed, will just prevent people from going to TikTok so they can avoid getting in trouble.
Yeah, which, by the way, is ironic. One thing I just mentioned is, like, I come from a country that has serious restrictions on what you can access online, Turkey. VPNs work there, obviously. Turkey recently even went so far as to ban first Kick for gambling, and then also Twitch as well. Since then, it has been unbanned. But, like, things like this do not happen in America for one very good reason. It's not because, like, we value free speech or anything. I mean, I'm sure some people care about it, but ultimately it's because these are treats. And my take earlier was that, like, if you take the treats away, people are going to get very fucking frustrated, because the American project hinges on you being able to have unrestricted access to your fucking treats.
I do need my treats. That is why I will say I'm extra upset, because I have a broken, rotted out brain, and I do need my treats. And it doesn't help that I just quit my job, and I was looking at, like, damn, I brought in some money from TikTok this week, and now they Larry Davided me, or something. This is like a Larry David situation. I feel I quit my job. I'm crushing it on TikTok. Now they're gonna take it away because they know that I'm killing it.
Yeah, they're doing this specifically for you, which is
I really think it's because of me.
For it. I'm pushing for it for that reason.
Behind the scenes, I know that you've been pushing for this.
Yeah, I am the puppet master. It's Turkish controlled media. It's not George Soros. He's a broke boy. I'm the real billionaire.
I also think it's important to consider quite genuinely, even though it might seem like an exaggeration, the impact that TikTok had as a platform over the last 4 years, during the summer of 2020, obviously in the last several months in relation to everything that's happening in Palestine, figures like Motaz and Bisan, I know Motaz was also on Instagram, but a lot of people got stories out there or were able to get themselves out there because of TikTok. I don't think that would have necessarily happened, or it would have happened very differently.
No, I think that's another motivator. I think the first and foremost major motivator here is to basically pry away a successful product away from a foreign adversary that we've declared a foreign adversary, even though we do so much trade with them, at the behest of like an American capital owner. But then the secondary reason is so that we can control what kind of and restrict what kind of information gets presented on this application, and also create another opportunity for backdoors. Like, this is a big part of obviously the mass surveillance state apparatus that we've created post 9/11, especially, that a lot of these social media companies, like almost all of them, are also working with the State Department, whether it be surveilling foreign nationals, or whether it be surveilling the American population. And I think that that presents a big national security problem for Americans, not because like China is surveilling us by way of TikTok, because like, as we talked about earlier, data brokers exist regardless. If they want our information, they can just like go and buy it, probably cheaper than like operating an entire fucking platform in and of itself. It is more so to ensure that we have yet another avenue for controlling all of the back end information that we can give to the government if need be, to the intelligence communities if need be.
I mean, it's also intensely hypocritical, like, when we talk about the Great Wall, the firewall in China, for their internet access, and being concerned, or members of Congress acting very concerned about what people have access to in other countries, and then to turn around and do this. But beyond that, like you mentioned, working with intelligence agencies, there's not a lot of transparency in the way that these things are structured, or data is produced in the United States with American companies. Like national security letters, they like refer to them. They have like the canaries in the coal mine. If you go on the transparency reports for companies like Twitter, Reddit, any company that has like user data that they have to provide to the government doing investigations, they can't say, oh, we got this many letters from the NSA requesting information for investigations. They have to give them brackets, like we did between 0 and 1,000 this year. Like they're not transparent in terms of the way they talk about these things, and a lot of the decisions that are made, like in FISA court, or FISA, I think it's FISA, but FISA court. FISA court. Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm unemployed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's another thing I wanted to say. Oh, this also, ironically enough, another angle that I just thought about that many have not brought forward is that this eliminates like a gigantic chunk of video games, because Chinese companies also own a shit ton of video game companies, video game developers. And this bill also severely restricts that as well. Like anything that's owned by Tencent is gone. Obviously, they're not doing that because they only care about like forcibly, like I said, prying away TikTok from ByteDance and like giving it to an American capital owner as a fun little gift wrap. But yeah, this opens itself up to like every Riot property technically. Valorant has kernel level access to your computer, and it's incredibly it's I guess like it's a very rigorous anti-cheat thing that they have. They have like a phenomenal amount of access, like an unprecedented amount of access, and yet this isn't even talked about in Congress because they're all 800 years old and they don't know anything about anything, and they only care about like what is right in front of their eyes that some fucking lobbyist told them is a good idea.
Hell yeah. I love it. I feel good.
All right. Well, Riot Vanguard is an unusual, most anti-Jewish kernel these days. Okay, but it's owned by a Chinese company. That's the point. Okay.
Well, when is the Chinese government gonna like invite me to come out and hang out? Is my question.
That's my question too. I wish. I wish.
Save us.
Okay. Here, what do you think about this swagged out lawyer?
Yeah, he's the man.
4 sneaky questions cops ask when you get pulled over and how to answer.
Do you know how fast you were going?
I wasn't speeding. Never admit to anything at all.
Do you know why I pulled you over?
This should always be a no. The second you pipe up and admit guilt, it's over.
Can I search your car?
I do not consent to a search. Only way they can search without consent is with probable cause or a search warrant.
Where are you coming from and where are you going?
Respectfully, I don't feel comfortable sharing that information. You don't have to tell.
That's the one thing I disagree with. I hear lawyers say this all the time, especially defense lawyers, like on TikTok when they do these things. I think you got to know the vibe of the situation, you know? Because if you tell the wrong cop, if you're just getting pulled over because you're speeding, like he's right about never tell them why you were pulled over, you know, say, why'd you pull me over? That's fine. But if they say if someone asks you where you're going, I don't know. I think you got to read the vibe of the cop, because if you interact with the police frequently, that's a situation that can go south if you go, I don't feel comfortable sharing that information. Like, you can say that, but I think you also have to know the vibe of what the situation is, you know? I don't totally agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, I love him. I think he's hilarious. But that's one piece of advice that I've always felt, you should say as little to the police as possible. Yes, of course. But also, like, don't make your life
harder for no reason. Don't
make your life worse for no reason, I think. You know what I mean? Like, yes, don't ever talk to them about what you're doing and everything like that. But, I'm going to my mom's house. I mean, I don't think, they're going to toss you out for that.
Who happens to be a drug dealer. Fucking got him, boys.
Yeah, a known drug dealer.
Okay.
And it's really none of their business. Remember,
yeah.
You'll hear them say,
Ken's got you covered.
Got you covered.
Oh, yeah. He's my hero. I love him.
Tell Lolo I just got my Don't Talk to Cops shirt in the mail today. Yeah, many people are saying that you're fake and that it goes against your major principle that you.
I didn't say talk to the cops. I didn't say
seems
talk
like you're
to
saying
the cops.
Befriend the cops and suck off the cop.
No.
Okay, what do you think about this? This Indian ad is saying if you use their cement, 9/11 wouldn't have happened.
I think that's good advertising. They gotta rebuild. Oh yeah. Where was that ad in 2003?
Where was that ad in 2000?
Well, they didn't know that, or did they? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Well, maybe Indians didn't know. Maybe India didn't know, but
investigate Tower 7.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Lolo, thank you so much for coming on.
Are you gonna tell me to fuck off?
Well, I'm gonna go back to covering some other news now. Now that we've
okay. I'm banned now.
Now that
I'm banned again.
the ban is back on. You're not allowed, even though you are gonna be here soon, right?
I'm gonna be there soon. I'm gonna fart on your couch.
Okay, I'll ban you from my house physically as well if you do that.
I wanted to come on the trip. I think you're not really giving me a fair I think you're being unfair. I'm being treated unfairly.
I think you're lawyering me right now.
No, I'm just saying.
You're
That's all.
gaslighting me and you're girl bossing me.
I'm not gaslighting. You're gaslighting me, if anything. if anyone's being gaslit, it's me. All right. Well, God bless you. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Lolo.
Have a great time.
Lolo Overruled on TikTok until they ban it.
Yeah, until they ban me. Goodbye.
All right. Bye. All right. You could have had an Alex threesome in Australia. It'd be a foursome. It'd be Alex foursome.